Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Scorpio. So Scorpio, as always, I'm doing a reading with my own tarot deck, so the cards that you'll see are from this deck. So Scorpio, let's talk about responsibilities and specifically priorities. I feel like you're being asked to take responsibility in a sense, for something in terms of your practical life, your practical affairs, maybe your work, maybe your resources, your finances, but establishing priorities, not to be overwhelmed by this decision or this process of taking necessary measures to prevent you from taking a hit. And I feel like ultimately, I feel like there is something that is being very significantly changed and accelerated in terms of your safety, your stability, your sense of security. But I feel like this is something that not only you're aware of, but you are ready for it. It's like you know that you have the like the maturity, the consciousness, maybe the resources. The only adjustment that is needed here is this definition of priorities. So let's begin with the cards. We're starting with the King of Swords, which is talking about being reasonable. This actually, it came with like this strong voice, this internal strong voice of, it could be like your own inner voice speaking to you at this point, Scorpio, saying be reasonable, be sensible. There are important decisions that are going to be made from now on, and they might not be the most pleasant or the easiest ones because of the Ten of Swords. I feel like what this Ten of Swords is showing me, Scorpio, is that there is an incredible flood of ideas. It's kind of like that monkey mind idea that is jumping all around, and maybe what I heard is like suffocating your mind. But it's like, because you know best, because you are reasonable, because you are sensible, I feel like you know, or you're saying to yourself, I am capable of dealing with this. I am capable of going through this stressful moment. And I feel like this is supposed to bring something good out of it because of the Six of Wands. But the trick here between the Ten of Swords and the Six of Wands, apart from you being extremely mature and responsible and like taking accountability for your decisions, taking accountability for your actions, it's because this change between feeling suffocated by your own thoughts, like you're drowning in your own mind, or feeling successful, feeling like you are able to accomplish something that you're going to be proud of. And this Six of Wands is talking about priorities. So here there is a little bit of like a sensation of overwhelm. There's a lot, there's too much perhaps. With the Six of Wands, I feel like there are few elements, but they are set in a certain order that organize and that prioritize those things that you're more inclined, or not just inclined to tackling those things, or taking action for something, or about something, about one or more of these thoughts. But most of all, it's like it's coming through as organizing your finances for some reason with the King of Pentacles. It's like part of the success rate that you see it's possible once you do prioritize some things among these waves flooding you with, you know, various thoughts. I don't even want to judge, you know, good or bad. It's like just an overwhelming amount of thought, of information, of data, of ideas perhaps. Like maybe this could be, you know, a very incredible, successful idea, but because there are many factors to it, perhaps you have to establish a certain order to to realize that yes, you have the resources, but they are not unlimited. You see, it's like you're still human, basically, Scorpio. Although you might have, because you're showing up with two kings, the King of Swords and the King of Pentacles, although there is incredible maturity, there is incredible consciousness, there is incredible intelligence and strategic thinking here, I feel like if you do prioritize your to-do list, your goals, your ideas, your actions, I feel like the success rate is going to be a lot more kind of like compatible with your resources. It's like you're not going to feel like you're stretching yourself too much to the point that you will lose yourself in things that are not a priority, you see? But that goes also, you know, to this practical thing, right? It's like it's not just about the abstract decision or like this thoughtful process. It's more about take this to matter. It's like take this to something that is tangible. Turn the intangible into something tangible. And that's when you're going to feel like you can accomplish something and be successful, right? Because I feel like there is going to be an aha moment when you do that. It's like, leave your mind for a moment, go to the practical side of it. And that's when you're going to be like struck with an idea, right? It's like here, maybe there are multiple, let's say that these are ideas that you could see yourself as being successful in professionally. Here are multiple ideas that might overwhelm you to the point that you wouldn't know what are the successful ones or which aren't. When you go to the resources, when you see what is practical or not, what is feasible or not, the Ace of Swords coming next, it's like it's going to give you a clear direction and say, yes, that's it, right? It's like establishing priorities, prioritizing what are those, at least like the one that you need to start with, right? It's like, this is like this epiphany, this aha moment. It's like, now I know which one of these thoughts are giving me the clear direction that I need to move towards. And things are going to move quickly, I feel like. It can be still very overwhelming, okay? Because we have the Eight of Wands. And it's interesting because the Eight of Wands is exactly under the Six of Wands. So I feel like despite your attempt, Scorpio, to organize maybe your practical life, your financial life, but you know, creating this order of action, right? I feel like you may plan as much as you can, or you may create an intention, right? And helping, it's like going to the practical side is going to help you to understand what are the things that are possible or those which are not. And this is going to give you the clear direction that is going to speed up things, but can make things a little bit jumbled up. It's like, if here the priorities are clear in a sense, or they are at least organized in a certain order, with the Eight of Wands, once you know where to go and you start going, it's like you start doing something to make it move, to make this idea something concrete, something material. I feel like things are going to, I feel like feeling overwhelmed no matter how much you are in control of it, because it's like you are being reasonable, you are being sensible, you are taking responsibility and accountability for every thought, every action. But I feel like even though with the clear direction, things can be too quickly, right? It's like they can happen too quickly in a way that might just shake you a little bit. And especially with the Tower ending, now I just saw 1111. It's like the Tower here, well, to me, usually the Tower brings this character of stability and safety and home base, home foundation, a place where you can go and you can feel safe, protected, taken care of. This is actually being shaken by the Eight of Wands. It's almost like the Eight of Wands, it's going to be like perhaps like a series of how do you say that expression, when one thing leads to another and another and another, and it's like this domino effect, right? It's like once this one clear idea that was mixed among the several ideas that were going around your head, once they are organized in a certain order, and I want to say rated, right? There is this success rate that is helping you to establish priorities, but especially in a way that it's feasible, it's possible, it's concretely something that you can realize, that you can manifest, right? That you have the resources to bring it to life. But after this process is settled, is organized, you have this list of things, you know, the first thing that you're going to do, and then the second, and then the third, you know, there is a sense of direction that is going to speed up this process in a way that is going to shake you, is going to, it's like creating earthquakes in a sense. It's not what I'm hearing, it's actually how I'm seeing it. It's like an earthquake, right? It's like underground. So it's not a matter of the structure itself. So I feel like saying, whatever it is that you're prepared for in terms of rationality, or like decision making, or even like the physical, practical details of it, which these things are under control. These things you have complete logic. Things are making sense. Things are under your control, but in a way that you're not feeling overwhelmed. It's like you're controlling your anxiety, perhaps you're controlling your fears, because you're motivated by this possibility of achieving something very successful if you prioritize. And so you're doing everything right, I want to say, Scorpio. What is happening here at the bottom row, I feel like it's beyond your control. It's like an earthquake. It's like something that is, it's almost like environmental, or like a cultural, perhaps. It's coming through more environmental, like something of a greater force, like a greater type of energy that is able to shake and change things. And it's like change not the material structure, not what is on the surface of the earth, right? Because It's like here, what is giving you perhaps the perception that you are able to control things. It's because what's on the surface is like this wall, this very concrete wall that is providing you safety. And it's like, this is you. This is your maturity. This is your commitment. This is your responsibility. It's like the walls of the tower are your sense of preparedness, or like your experience. It's like everything that you have experienced before that shaped your thoughts and shaped your physical life, in a sense, giving you this it's not this false image of safety, but in a sense, it's just a superficial image that you're completely protected from any type of natural event, or like uh, environmental change. It doesn't need to be an earthquake. You know, sometimes the images in the readings, they just, you know, they are exaggerated just to make a point, but it's like, the foundation of this tower is actually being shaken by something other than you, right? So I feel like no matter how much you organize your life, you know, tackle your activities, your tasks, you know, prioritizing things and establishing, you know, the first thing that you're going to do and then the second, and doing so in a very mindful way, in a very mature way, in a very responsible way. But I feel like you will know that you are in the right direction when things start speeding up to the point that if you hold on to your own self security, right? Because as I said, the walls are your own self, your own sense of maybe self-protection is what I just heard. Maybe you are, you know, protecting yourself from natural events. Maybe you are, you know, creating a list of priorities in terms of, you know, a potential cataclysm, or, you know, catastrophe, or it's just an exaggeration, right? But there are things beyond your control that I feel like are going to shake you, are going to move you in a sense, or at least are going to make you see that what you do on the surface doesn't have much impact if you don't look to what's underneath, to the basis, to the foundation, to what is structuring and fortifying this tower on the ground, right? So I feel like saying there is a sense of direction, and that is going to put you in a right path. It's just that it's going to help you see that perhaps the criteria that you were choosing, right, to create these priorities, maybe, you know, maybe if they are based on just this success rate, maybe they're not the best way to see this or to approach this, right? If your goal is to feel protected, if your goal is to feel secure, right? Because there are other elements that are way beyond your control that are still going to affect you, are still going to affect your stability, your sense of security, you see? So, Scorpio, I am going to pull more cards for you, as well as the astrological runes in the extended reading. So if you want to join me there, I'll be very happy to see you, and you can find the link down below. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye!